Hi, and welcome to the complete guide to using AI for your marketing team. If you create content, run ads, send emails, manage social media, or do any kind of marketing for a business, this video is going to transform how you work. I'm going to show you live on my screen how AI can handle the most time-consuming parts of marketing so you can focus on strategy and creative direction. By the end of this video, you will know how to build a full content strategy and a monthly calendar in minutes, analyze your ad performance and get AI to write better performing ad copy, create professional marketing images using AI, even if you're not a designer, create short marketing videos using AI, build targeted email sequences that convert, and repurpose one piece of content into 10 posts across every platform. I'm going to walk you through the best AI tools for marketing right now and show exactly how they work. This is part of my AI for Business series. I have full courses on AI basics, Cloud Code, Cloud Cowork, AI for operations, and AI for sales on my YouTube channel. The links are below in the description. Now let's get started with the video. Before I show you the demos, let me quickly frame how to think about AI for marketing. There are four main categories of marketing work where AI can genuinely help. First one is strategy and planning, building content calendars, campaign strategies, audience research, competitive analysis. AI processes information faster than any human and it will spot patterns for you that you would probably miss. Second thing is content creation, writing copy, generating images, creating videos, drafting emails. This is what most people think of when they hear about AI marketing. And the tools have gotten incredibly good and they're probably much better than what you expect. The third thing is analysis and optimization, looking at your ad performance, email metrics, website analytics, and telling you exactly what is working, what's not, and what you need to change. AI is analytical and it doesn't have an ego, so it will give you the truth about your campaigns. And number four is scaling and repurposing, taking one piece of content and turning it into 10. Adapting a LinkedIn post into a Twitter thread, an email, Instagram carousel, and a YouTube script. This is where AI saves the most time for marketing teams. Now let me quickly walk you through the AI tools that are genuinely useful for marketing in 2026. I'm not going to list 50 tools, I'm just going to list out the ones that matter and the ones that I'm using. For writing and strategy, use Claude and ChatGPT. These are primary tools for content creation, campaign planning, analysis, and pretty much everything that's text-based. I use Claude, but both of them work. For image and video generation, you're going to buy a Higgsfield subscription. Higgsfield is a platform that has all of the different models for image and video generations available. You pay a monthly subscription and you have access to different models. You can use Nano Banana, which is the most advanced model at this moment for image generation. And for video generation, you're going to select different models based on the use case. If you want to create a talking head video, you're going to use a different model than if you were going for a realistic 3D animation. You're probably seeing some AI images and videos on your social media, but trust me, AI is much ahead of what you're seeing there because most of the people still don't know how to use it. They don't know how to prompt it, and I'm going to explain you how to actually do it the right way, because when we're producing videos, we first need to generate exact images and first frame of those videos using AI so we can have consistency throughout the video, and I'm going to explain everything in this video. And then for some other design, email marketing, social media tools, most of the apps currently have AI features enabled, like Canva. Canva has AI features and they're pretty good. Magic Design generates layouts from prompts. Magic Eraser removes background, and you can use AI generated images from ideogram and polish them into professional graphics. For email marketing, your existing platform probably has AI built in right now. Klaviyo, MailChimp, HubSpot, they already have AI subject like generators and send time optimization. But for writing the email sequences and strategy, we're going to use Claude because at this moment, Claude is doing a better job. For social media scheduling, you can use Hootsuite, Buffer, or Metricool. These all have AI-powered scheduling now, and it picks the best time to post based on your audience data. But again, we're going to use Claude for the actual content creation. So those are the AI tools I would recommend marketing teams to use. Now let's get started with the first use case so you can see what's actually possible. The first use case is building a content strategy and a monthly calendar from scratch. Here I have a brand brief for a fictional AI consulting company. This is the kind of document that every business should have. It covers brand voice, target audience, content pillars, platform guidelines, and watch what will happen when we paste it into Claude and ask it to build us a content plan. Inside a new chat in Claude, I'm going to attach my brand brief as a TXT, and I'm going to say this. Here's our brand brief. Read it carefully because everything you create for us needs to follow these guidelines. Based on the brief, create a complete content calendar for August 2026. I need, number 1, a content theme for each week that ties to our business goals. Number 2, for each week, specific posts for LinkedIn, 3 to 4 per week, Instagram, 4 to 5 per week, Twitter, 5 to 7 per week, and 1 email topic. Number 3, for each post, give me the platform, the content pillar it belongs to, a working title, and a 1-sentence description of the angle. Number 4, make sure the month has a narrative arc. Week 1 should educate, week 2 should show proof, week 3 should create urgency, and week 4 should drive action. Number 5, include 2 reactive slots per week where we can post about trending AI news. Put everything in a table format I can paste into a spreadsheet. We're going to use Opus 4.6 at medium effort. And about 3 minutes later, AI responded to us with an XLSX file, so I'm just going to open it in Drive. As you can see, it organized everything well, week by week, and we can see the theme of the week. The first one is the AI readiness check. Second one is that proof is in the numbers. The third one is cost of them waiting. And the fourth one is their move and directing them to the call to action. The goal of the first one is to educate the audience on what AI implementation actually looks like, to set the baseline, build trust, and make them self-assess. Second is show undeniable results from real client work, case studies, before and after data, and testimonials. Third one is creating urgency by quantifying the cost of inaction, the number of hours that are wasted, revenue missed, competitors pulling ahead. And number 4 is direct conversion push, framing it as a limited slot offer, clear next steps, removing any objections. And it also tells us the discovery call target. So in the first week, we are not even planning to have any calls. We're just planting the seeds. We're just presenting ourselves, presenting what are the possibilities, educating the audience. In the second week, we can expect to have 2 calls from the case studies because it's showing the numbers and what they can be improving in their business. Number 3 is 3 calls from urgency-driven call to actions, and week number 4 is going to give us 3 calls from direct call to actions. And we also see everything divided by platforms. So how many posts do we need to post every single week? And it also wrote us the notes saying that each week includes 2 reactive slots for trending AI news, as we mentioned. And it also gave us the hashtags, and it also followed everything that we mentioned about their brand voice, that it should be confident but approachable, without jargon, with specific numbers, and no hype AI tools. Now let's create an actual post for one of the platforms based on this content calendar. Let's go back in Claude, and I'm just going to say in this same chat, take the week 2 LinkedIn post about the fitness company case study and write the full post. Follow our brand brief guidelines, confident but approachable tone, specific numbers and results, line breaks for readability, 1 clear call to action at the end. Target length is 800 to 1000 words. Don't use any words from our never say list in the brand brief. So in the brand brief, we explicitly mentioned that we don't want to use any complex jargons or terms. We want to keep it very easy for people to keep up with AI news and what's happening in the industry, and to see the actual transformation that they can get by implementing AI solutions in their businesses. It says, quick note, the calendar has a logistic company for the week 2 case study, not a fitness company. I'll write it as a fitness company since that's what you want, keeping the same structure and results framework. Okay, so by the way, all of these prompts that I'm using here were also prepared for me with Claude. So that's just one of the use cases. Claude is helping me record these videos as well because it's preparing me scripts for these. And that's another use case for marketing purposes because I'm using these videos to showcase my competence and to teach others about using AI. And AI is writing me these as well as preparing those files. So for example, this file on the brand brief, AI prepared this for me. So this isn't an actual file that I prepare myself. And as you can see, maybe a minute later, we have the full post here. So let's open it up. How a 38-person fitness company cut reporting time by 74% in 3 weeks. So we're talking about transformation because, as we mentioned, we're talking about week 2, which is going to be about the proof and the case studies. So this is going to be a case study. Platform is LinkedIn. Content pillar is case studies / results. Week is number 2. Proof is in the numbers, and target is 800 to 1,000 words. And it says, how a 38-person fitness company cut their reporting time by 74% in 3 weeks. Here's the full story, the problem, what we built, and exactly what changed. And here we have the full story. So let's read it real quick. In March, the ops director at a multi-location fitness company sent us a message that started with, I spend every Monday morning in spreadsheet hell. She was not exaggerating. Their business runs 6 studio locations across 2 states. Each location tracks memberships, class attendance, retail sales, and instruction schedules in its own set of tools, some in Google Sheets, some in their booking platform. One location was still emailing a CSV every Friday afternoon. Every Monday, their ops team, 3 people, would spend the first half of the day pulling numbers from all of these sources, copying them into a master spreadsheet, formatting it, and sending a weekly report summary to the leadership team. That process took 8.5 hours every single week, not because the team was slow, because data lived in 6 different places and nothing talked to anyone else. So this is the problem. We're mentioning something that's very relatable to fitness operations, and it's mentioning their day-to-day basis. It's something that's relatable to them. It's something that they can understand. They can understand those struggles. Here, it's talking more about probably how we solve the problem, and it's going to introduce the solution. And at the end, it's probably going to have some soft call to action because, as we said, it's week 2 and we're not going to push anyone. We just want to present them with the possibilities. And then if someone really wants to have a call with us, they can have a call. So here mentioning the solution, here's exactly what we did. Week 1, we did this. Week 2, we did this. Week 3, we did this, etc. And by the way, all of these posts, this is something that was generated all by AI. But for example, if you actually have a good case study, if you have results that you can present in this kind of posts, you can just talk to AI. You can turn on Whisper Flow application and you can just speak to AI. You don't even have to write. You can just say, hey, I would like to create a post for week 2 of my content strategy for LinkedIn, and I want this post to focus on a specific case study on how we help a fitness business save 74% of their time in operations in just 3 weeks. And then you're just going to talk about what was the problem. You're going to talk about the solution. You're going to talk about how you build it so they can understand a little bit of process behind it. And you can also show some images or videos, even better, or even the best thing is to show the link to the actual solution. But obviously, if it's confidential, you can show it, but you just need to show the behind the scenes, as this is going to be the case study, and you need to show how it works, the transformation behind it, and it's actually going to be a great post for your social media. The second use case that I'm going to show you today is analyzing your ad performance and creating better ad copy. Here we have 2 weeks of ad performance data across Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn, 15 campaigns with full metrics. And now let's see what Claude can do with it. I will first attach the file by pressing the plus button and selecting my file. And then I'm going to say, here's our ad performance data across Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn for the first half of July. Analyze everything and give me number 1, overall performance summary, total spend, total conversions, blended CPA, and blended return on ad spend. Number 2, platform comparison, which platform is performing best and worst. Use specific numbers. Number 3, creative analysis, which ad hooks are working and which are not. Look at the hook 1, hook 2, and hook 3 naming convention. Number 4, audience analysis, compare interest targeting versus lookalike versus retargeting performance. Number 5, the 3 ads I should kill immediately because they're wasting money. Number 6, the 3 ads I should scale by increasing budget. Number 7, recommended budget relocation. If my total monthly budget stays the same, how should I redistribute across platforms and campaigns? Number 8, write 3 new ad hooks for Facebook based on what is working. Each hook should be under 125 characters. Follow the pain point approach since that is outperforming results, and question hooks. AI is very good at analyzing factual data, objective data, maths, physics, analytical stuff. It's doing a great job. A few years back, people were saying that AI won't be as good at it, that it hallucinates, but AI is 100% correct when you brief it the right way in analyzing data and doing the maths problems, physics problems, or anything, as I said, that is factual. And here it says, here's the full breakdown of your July 1st to 15th ad performance. Overall performance summary across 15 ads on 3 platforms. You spent $13,300 and generated 212 conversions at an estimated $34,000 in revenue. That's a blended CPA of $62.74 and a blended return on ad spend of 2.56x. The portfolio is profitable overall, but the averages mask massive variance. Your best ad converts at $10.32 cost per acquisition, while your worst sits at $300. Number 2, platform comparison. Here it's comparing different platforms, Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and it's giving us factual data here. Number 3, creative analysis, and this is analyzing the hooks. The pattern is crystal clear. Hook 1, pain point hook, dominates across every metric, and it's giving us the data about that. The results hook is middling, and it's giving us data about that, but it's underperforming in the interest audience. It's not bad enough to kill everywhere, but it's clearly second tier. And hook 3 is the weakest creative, which is the question hook. Number 4, audience analysis. Here it's telling us about retargeting, lookalike, and interest audiences and all of the data and comparing it. Number 5, 3 ads to kill immediately. So it's telling us what isn't profitable for us to continue running. Number 6, 3 ads that you should scale. So these are the top performing ads, and it's giving us the reason on why they should be kept there. And number 7, budget reallocation. So keeping the same budget for the next 15 days. It is telling us what we should do. It is giving us the key moves and the things that we should avoid and the red flags. Here it's giving us the recommended split on our ad budget, as well as 3 new Facebook ad hooks that we should try out. The first one is pain plus cost. You're spending $200 per lead on ads that don't convert. Your competitors fix this in one call. Number 2 is pain plus time, still manually tracking every client touch point. That's 15 hours a week you'll never get back. And number 3 is pain plus fear. Your business data is scattered across 6 tools and none of them agree. Here's what that's actually costing you. Just to remind you, we gave Claude only this spreadsheet, and Claude was able to produce us a very detailed analysis that can be run every single week automatically, or every 2 weeks, or every month. And it is going to help your creative strategist keep on point and be sure that it's right on track with the numbers, not just focusing on the creative strategy and creating different angles of the ads, but focusing on the actual data that's going to drive us conversions and that's going to make us money at the end. The third use case is going to be image generation with AI. I'm going to break it down into 2 steps. The first step is even more important than the second one, and the first step is going to be creating the prompt using Claude and then pasting that prompt into your image generation software and generating the image as a step 2. Most of the people will skip the first step and go straight into the second one, thinking that they can generate a good brief for AI, but trust me, AI is better than you. At least when you brief it well, it will just enhance your prompt and it will give you the better result. I'm going to say I need to create a social media graphic for our AI consulting company. The image should be for a LinkedIn post announcing a free webinar called Watch Me Build an AI Dashboard in 60 Minutes. Our brand colors are deep navy and electric blue with white text. The style should be modern, clean, tech forward, but not cold. Write me a nano banana prompt that will generate this as a 1200 by 1200 square image. The exact text on the image should be free live webinar as a smaller header and watch me build an AI dashboard in 60 minutes as the main title. Include our company name, Brightline Consulting, somewhere subtle. Make the prompt specific about colors, composition, typography, style, and mood. And about 30 seconds later, we have our full prompt. So I'm just going to copy it like this. And I'm going to use Nano Banana inside Envato Elements. This is a platform for stock images, stock videos, stock music, but it also has image generation inside of it. You can also use Higgsfield. It's the same model. So let's just paste it in and let's press generate. And while it's generating, let's analyze the prompt that AI prepared for us. It says, okay, so this was like 10 seconds, even less. And it gave us something, watch me build an AI dashboard in 60 minutes. Okay, so this looks very generic. It looks very simple, but it doesn't look very attention grabbing. It doesn't look professional. It looks just like if someone did it in Photoshop or Paint. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and we can go back to Claude and I'm going to paste it back and I'm just going to talk to AI like it's our designer who's giving the creative strategy to another designer. So let's say something like this. Hey, here's what I got back from Nano Banana. I don't like that it looks too generic and it doesn't really look high-end or professional. Can you tell me the next prompt so we can improve this image and make it better? Just say it like that, okay? Especially for people who are not design oriented or people who don't have experience in that creative field, this is going to be more than enough. Okay, so it's also telling us what's wrong. The geometric mesh looks like a stock vector clip art. The blue glow is a basic centered lens flare, no texture or depth in the background. So let's do iteration of that. Now it's going to give us a more detailed brief. And here I should have the option to regenerate it. Okay, just by selecting it like this, you will be able to regenerate, okay? And as you saw, it's very fast. It takes like 5 seconds. Okay, the moment of truth. Yeah, this looks much cleaner. This looks much cleaner. I like it. As you can see, the texture in the background, this gradient, it looks more professional. Now let's ask AI to give us another iteration. Maybe it can be even better. So just take a screenshot, go back to Claude, and just say, hey, I like this much better, but can we make it even better? What would you add to the image? Please give me a next prompt. As you can see, this looks decent. This looks like a regular ad that you see on your Facebook and Instagram. Maybe we can add an image of myself here to make it more personalized, like I'm going to teach them something in that webinar, because people are going to connect better to a real person than just seeing text. So let's copy this and let's paste it here. And by the way, I didn't read through this, but you can stop the video and read through the whole prompt. It is very detailed, it is very technical, giving the exact colors that AI should use. It is telling it how to center things, what is the main title, what is the second title, etc. And here we have something much better. I really like this. It also has some analytics in the background, like some stock image. It says free live webinar, register free, Brightline Consulting, watch me build an AI dashboard in 60 minutes. Okay, so this is something that we can already use. I would, in the next prompt, maybe say that we should make these text more readable. Maybe these two are not as readable, and I would make the call to action a bit bigger so people know that they should click on it and that they should register for free. But overall, I'm very happy with the result here. One last thing that I want to test out here is to add a picture of me to this ad. So let's copy this, and I'm just going to say, hi, I really like the design of it right now, but I think it's missing a person on the image so people can connect to a real human. So I'm going to attach you a reference image on how I look like from different angles, and I want you to give me the last prompt to paste into Nana Banana so it can add a picture of me looking professional into the ad. And I have attached this image, which is something I also created with AI, which is going to show me from different angles with different expressions. And let's just send it to Claude. Claude is going to think for 15 seconds and is going to give us the new prompt. And yeah, AI already understands that personal brand content with a face outperforms faceless graphics. And here's the final iteration. Okay, let's copy it. And here I'm going to paste the prompt and I'm going to add a reference. And I have selected my image here. Now let's press generate. And this looks very decent. It doesn't really look like me that much because the reference image that I gave it didn't look as good. It was also done for some tutorial, but this looks very decent. This looks better than 80% of the ads out there. Obviously, as I said, I would increase this a little bit. I would put this call to action to the left so it's aligned. I would also align these tags, make them a little bit bigger. This should also be a little bit bigger. This should also be a little bit bigger, maybe with some info about when the webinar is going to happen. But overall, this looks very decent, very decent. It also added a little blue glow here, like a little light, so it matches the tone of the image. And I really like it, actually. I really like it. So as you can see, in just 5 to 10 minutes, we started with this. Then we had a few iterations and we got to this. As I said, a lot of people's ads look worse than this, so this is very solid, at least for the start, and we can fine tune it. We can add a better reference image of myself and we can make those final tweaks. And then once we have the final version of that, we can use it as a reference image for all of our future social media or ad posts, and AI is going to understand our brand guidelines, what kind of fonts we should use, and how our ads and content should look like. So this is very, very good. I'm very happy with it. The fourth use case is going to be creating marketing videos with AI. Here we're going to have 4 different steps. The first 2 steps are going to be the same, just like we did for the image generation. The third step is going to be using that image that we generated as a reference image and generating a prompt for it. And the fourth step is going to be the creation of those videos. For this, I would recommend you to use Higgsfield because it's the best platform out there. It has all of the models. Right now, I'm using Envato Elements for everything in this video, but expect very shortly that I'll prepare a full video teaching you how to use AI to generate images and videos for marketing purposes very soon on my YouTube channel, because I want to go very, very deep inside of that. This is just going to be explanation on what's possible, but in that video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do great prompt engineering for generating images and videos. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you a real life example of a device that one of my clients is using, and that is the Sub-Zero cryotherapy device. It looks like this. And these are all of the images that I generated using Higgsfield. As you can see, we have some glitches here with the third hand appearing out of nowhere, but some of these look very realistic considering that I was going for that UGC look. As you can see, these are not really great, especially when you compare the size of the device with your hand. This looks very cool, very realistic, like it was shot with an iPhone camera. These ones are decent. This one look to AI-ish. This looks decent. This one is decent. This one is decent. As you can see, the texture of her face and the overall texture looks very natural, like if it was shot with a front camera of an iPhone. So what I'm going to do now for this example, I'm going to find one of these images that I like, and let's use it as a reference on creating that video with AI. What is the use case of these kind of videos? For example, if in our ad script we're mentioning that we're trusted by 10,000 plus clinics or med spa owners, we can showcase different people holding the device, smiling, and it will build our social proof in that ad. So let's use this image. I really like how it turned out. It looks realistic. I'm going to download it, and then I'm going to go back into Envato Elements, and I'm going to go into video generation now. So we have the video tab, and I'm going to add a reference. I will attach it, and then I will ask Claude to prepare me a prompt that's going to do exactly what we want it to do. I'm going to use the same chat that I used previously, and I will attach this image so Claude understands what reference image do we have and what is our goal. So I'm going to press record and just say, hey, now I want to generate a video using Envato Elements feature for AI video generation. I have this reference image that I created, and I want you to make the woman in this image move. It doesn't need to be long. It can be about 5 seconds long. She should be smiling. She should have natural camera and body movements as if she was just taking a selfie photo with our device that she's holding in her left hand. We want to use this in the part of our ad where we're mentioning that clinic owners are using our device. Please write me a detailed prompt, and it should be 9:16 vertical video as it was shot on an iPhone. So as you can see, the image looks very realistic. And let me just show you some of the other results that we got here. I like these ones. The texture of her face, the texture of all of the details looks very, very realistic. As you can see, her fingers, the refraction of the device and the glossiness of it, the wrinkles and little pimples on her face looks very real. Her eyes, the light coming from the window, it looks very, very good. And just so you can see what the prompt for this image was, it says, Ultra realistic iPhone front camera selfie photo, female esthetician holding phone at arm's length, slightly above eye level, natural front camera perspective distortion, face and upper torso in frame, holding a sleek cryotherapy handheld device near chest. And by the way, I attached the image of the device, so AI had the reference. Modern med spa treatment room, background treatment bed and skincare shelves visible. As you can see, everything is there. Soft natural window lighting, realistic shadows, authentic UGC style, slightly imperfect framing, natural skin texture with minor imperfections. So AI listen to every single thing, and that's why you need to prompt it very good, because the better the prompt, the better the output. Now let's go back into Claude and let's see our prompt, okay? And go back to Envato Elements. Let's paste that prompt here as well as the image. I made one mistake here because it was already selected 16:9 format, but I should have selected 9:16. Let's see what will happen, because the prompt itself says 9:16 video, so maybe we'll have black sides of the video and the video will be in the center. And while that is loading, I'm going to show you some of the other use cases. By the way, this is the Higgsfield application. We produce these in Higgsfield, so let me just show you some of the other stuff that we've been working on. For example, here we wanted to generate reference images of the background that we can use for our UGC content. When we're talking about cryotherapy, we wanted to have professional looking backgrounds, and these are all references that AI produced for us. These look very realistic, and that's another use case for visualizations. It's very good. It can be very realistic. Another use case is generating ads. So here we had only 2 reference images of how the device looks like, and we have an ad that is pretty much ready to be published on Facebook. So we said use the attached images as brand reference, create a social proof ad on cool off-white background top. As you can see, we have very similar prompt engineering as we did for the image generation that I just showed you in the previous use case. So the more detailed you are, the better outcomes you will get. These are some of the newspaper style ads, like as seen in Forbes. These are another one with benefits. This one was also generated by AI and it looks very clean and professional. This is the before and after transformation one. I like this. It looks like it was user generated, honestly. And I like that the style of the font looks like it's not an ad, but it looks like someone posted a story or post on their social media. Here we have some other ones. There's lots of use cases with AI, and let me just quickly show you around Higgsfield. So this is the application that I've been mentioning. It's great. So you have image generation here, and you can browse through lots of different options here. I would use Nano Banana Pro here for image generation. That's the best one out there at the moment in August 2026. For video generation, you have Kling. This is more for cinematic videos. Then we have VO3, we have Sora, Cdance. This is another great one. And by the way, on this platform, you can also see what other people have generated with AI. Just browse through these, because I'm pretty sure for a lot of these, you wouldn't even be able to tell that it was an AI video if you didn't know about it. This looks like a scene from a movie. You can also do commercials. This literally looks like a TV commercial produced on a high budget. Because I'm coming from video production industry, things like this would cost you $100,000 to produce. it will require a whole team, a whole crew who would come on set. You will need to have a person who's directing the shoot. You will need to have a DP, which is a director of photography. You need to have the guy who will do lighting, or even multiple guys. You will need to have a guy who's focusing on microphones and audio. You will need to have all of these models and to pay for them. You will need to have a person who's making sure that the product itself looks clean and nice, that is presented in a nice way. You will need to pay for someone to do these motion graphics and to do visual effects, for example, for these stuff. These are all animated. So all of this would cost you $100,000. It would take a whole team of production, like 15 days, even month or two, depending on their speed. And here you can produce it with AI for basically free. You're paying this subscription like $50 per month. And it's really amazing. And I would also advise you to check out their official YouTube channel, because they're explaining behind the scenes on using Higgs field and different use cases. And it's really amazing what you can create here. Now going back to Envato Elements, we already have our video here. As I said, I made a mistake because I didn't specify that I want it in vertical format, and it exported it in horizontal one. But as you can see, this is looking pretty great. We have this issue here with the screen. So that's the only thing that I'm noticing that looks off. But other than that, if it was a vertical video, if we had it appear for 1 or 2 or 3 seconds during an ad, where we have captions, where we have music, when we have sound effects, where we have different things happening as well as narration, no one would even bother to think whether it's AI or a real person. And this was just done within 2 minutes. So just imagine how it will look like if we spent a full day briefing and preparing these images to be perfect, and preparing the perfect prompt and doing 15 different variations. We can get to perfection. And as I said, I'm definitely going to cover all of that in more depth, because I'm very interested into what's possible with AI image and video generation, and it's my field. So I would like to teach you as well how you can produce stuff like that. I already have one video on AI video production, but it was 7 months ago, and things have changed dramatically. But let's see, even then it looked pretty good. And here you're going to see exactly how good editing can make people even not notice that this is AI. So let me just increase my volume and let's play it so you can just see how it looked like.
This device literally saved my med spa business. I used to think that making money as an esthetician is hard, that you need to overwork yourself, offer discounts, pay for the expensive machines. All of that to barely break even at the end of each month. I couldn't deliver real results, and it was hard to get recurring customers. I saw an...
This is incredible, and this was 7 months ago. Just imagine what's possible right now. And stay tuned on my YouTube channel so you can keep track of it. The fifth use case that I'm going to cover today is building email marketing sequences that convert. Here I have imaginary data on our email list segments, who they are, how they behave, what they have engaged with, and let's see what Claude can do with it. Inside the new Claude chat, I'm going to attach that TXT file, and I'm going to say, here's our email list data with 6 segments and recent performance metrics. Analyze the data, and then, number 1, identify which segments have the highest revenue potential right now and why. Number 2, flag which segment needs immediate attention before we lose them. Number 3, create a 3 email re-engagement sequence for the conference leads segment. Each email should have subject line under 50 characters, preview text under 90 characters, email body under 200 words, and a clear call to action. Space the emails 4 days apart. The tone should match our brand voice, confident, practical, no fluff. I love it when AI says no fluff, because it really signals that it's AI, but for prompting, it's good. Number 4, create a 3 email nurture sequence for the webinar attendees segment to convert them to discovery calls. These people already know and trust us. They just have not taken the next step. Different approach than re-engagement, warmer, more direct, reference the webinar they attended. So just about 30 seconds later, Claude gave us the answer. It says for the analysis, highest revenue potential right now are referral leads, 193 subs. These convert fastest and it's not closed. 12 days average to discovery call, 51% open rate, 8.2% click rate. The trust is already transferred from whoever referred them. Every dollar spent on this segment has the highest expected return because the sales cycle is compressed and the close rate on referred leads is typically 2 to 3x cold. The referral program launch you have planned should be the number one priority. And by the way, it generated us the whole document. Before we take a look at it, let's see another data here. Number 2 is webinar attendees. So these are the second highest revenue potential clients to focus on, and past clients, 87 subs. Okay, and it's also explaining about them. Segment needing immediate attention is conference leads, 22% open rate and 1.8% click rate, 300 subscribers on the last cent. This segment is actively decaying. Every cent to unengaged subscribers drag down your domain reputation, which hurts the reliability across all segments. So it is analyzing the data and it's acting like an email deliverability specialist as well. For example, some of the people who are sending those emails might not know these rules, and it's focusing us on the right things. Everything's in the doc. Here's what you're looking at. So let's take a look at the document. So here we have that same thing about the revenue potential ranking, immediate attention. Sequence 1, conference leads, re-engagement. The goal is to force a decision and re-engage or remove them. Spacing 4 days apart. Sunset rule, no opens or clicks across all 3 emails equals auto remove from the list. Email 1 of 3 for day 1. Subject line, we met at a conference, now what? Private text, most conference connections go nowhere. Let's not be most people. Quick reality check, we connected at an event recently and since then you've probably gotten 40 follow-up emails from other vendors. I'm not going to pretend we had a deep conversation, maybe we did, maybe it was a quick badge scan. Either way, you're on our list and I want to make sure that's still worth your time. Here's what Brightline actually does. We build AI dashboards and automation systems so it's basically straight to the point. It says, hi, we met. I just want to be straight up with you. We do this. If you're interested, here's a call to action. You can see what we built and then you can message me back if that sounds interesting. And email 2 and 3 are probably going to be value-driven follow-ups, like little case studies. 41 hours per month, that's what we say. So as I said, case study here. Last email from us. We're cleaning a list. So yeah, here we're straightforward. We want them to take the action. If they're not interested, we will just remove them from the email list to save both of us time. Here we have sequence 2. And we have the send calendar here as well. So we know exactly what needs to be sent out when. And if you're having a virtual assistant, this is a very good guide because you can just send this document to the virtual assistant who probably isn't as technical on email marketing, and it will be very easy for him or her to set up these emails and to send them out. And the last use case for today is content repurposing with AI. Here I have a LinkedIn post, a YouTube video description, and a Twitter thread. These are all about the same general topic, but in different formats. So let's paste it into Claude and let's see what AI can do with it. In a new Claude chat, I'm going to paste that TXT file and I'm going to say, here are 3 pieces of content I have already published: a LinkedIn post, a YouTube video description, and a Twitter thread. Using this content as source material, repurpose it into all of the following. Number 1, an Instagram carousel, 8 to 10 slides. Each slide has a headline and 1 to 2 sentences of body text. The last slide is a call to action. Topic, the fitness company case study from that LinkedIn post. Number 2, a YouTube short script, under 60 seconds, hook in the first 3 seconds, fast-paced, text overlay suggestions, included. Topic is the 73% automation stat from the LinkedIn post. Number 3, an email newsletter under 400 words, subject line plus preview text plus body plus call to action. Topic is to combine the best elements from all 3 pieces. Number 4, 5 standalone Twitter posts, not a thread, individual tweets, each under 280 characters, mix of insights, stats, and opinions pulled from the 3 content pieces. Number 5, a LinkedIn poll with 4 options based on the content themes. For each piece, note which source content it derives from. Follow our brand voice, confident, practical, and specific numbers. And about 3 minutes later, we have our document here with repurposed content package. Number 1 is Instagram carousel for a fitness company case study. We have all of the slide copywriting that we should use, and this is also very useful if you're sending a brief for your graphic designer. And by the way, everything here can be automated as well. We can automate the process of generating the copywriting and direction for graphic designers. We can also connect it directly to Higgsfield's MCP, so Higgsfield can generate those images for us without we doing anything, or we can just send it over to our graphic designer, so he or she has all of the data that they need. Slide 1, cover, headline. I built an AI dashboard for a 5-location fitness company. Here's what 4 months of work actually changed. The problem: 5 managers, 5 spreadsheets. Every Monday morning was 2 hours of copy pasting data nobody trusted. The CEO's Monday was even worse. 3 hours combining 5 separate reports into one deck for investors every single week. Staff answered the same 10 questions 40 plus times per day. What are your hours? How do I cancel? Over and over. What we built: one dashboard pulling from their CRM, ads, email, and e-commerce, all updating automatically. Reports generate at 6 a.m. every Monday. 0 manual work. The numbers: marketing attribution revealed Google Ads outperformed Facebook 3-1, and AI chatbot now handles 73% of routine questions. 15 hours saved per week. That's 780 hours per year the team got back. Time they now spend on members, not spreadsheets. The part nobody talks about: the hardest part wasn't the tech, it was getting managers to trust the data. They double-checked every number for 2 weeks. By week 6, they couldn't imagine going back. Still emailing spreadsheets every Monday. Book a free 30-minute discovery call and I'll show you what's possible for your business. Link in bio. And we also have YouTube short script, email newsletter, LinkedIn poll, 5 standalone Twitter posts. Everything that was briefed was prepared for us without us having to write any of the copy. And as you can see, the copy is pretty good, especially for social media content. This is how most of the people are writing their content. So this is the case study. We're mentioning their problem and we're offering our solution and explaining how it will look like in their business, what kind of transformation will they get. So this is pretty good to be sent out to the social media manager for approval. And then after that, it can go to graphic designers, video editors, and this content can be published. And before I wrap up, I want to give you 5 tips specific to AI for marketing. Number 1, always start with the brand brief. If you feed Claude with your brand guidelines, tone of voice, audience, and content pillars before asking it to create anything, every output will be consistent. Without a brief, AI produces generic content. With one, it produces on-brand content. Number 2, use AI for the first draft, not for the final draft. AI will get you 80% of the way in about 10% of the time. Your job is the last 20%, adding your personal insights, adjusting the tone, adding details that you only know. The best content is AI assistant, but not AI generated, because we can all spot those posts. Number 3, for image and video tools, always write a prompt in Claude first. Don't type prompts directly into Higgsfield or Envato elements. Write what you want in Claude, have it generate a detailed specific prompt, and then paste that into the image or video tool. This two-step approach produces dramatically better results, and you already saw it from this video. Number 4, repurpose everything. Every blog post is 5 tweets, every LinkedIn post is an Instagram carousel, every video is 3 shorts, every email is a LinkedIn post, because AI makes everything effortless. There's no reason to create content for one platform only and to stop there. And number 5, track what AI creates versus what you create manually. After a month, look at the performance data and just compare it. See if some of the prompts need to be adjusted, if some of the outputs need to be adjusted, and just find your tone. My recommendation right now is to start with the brand brief. Take 15 minutes today to write your company's brand voice, target audience, and content pillars. Then paste it into Claude and ask for a content calendar for next month. When you see a full month of strategic content planned in under a minute, you will never go back to manually writing the content again. Obviously, don't let AI do everything for you. You should always give instructions, you should always give feedback, but this will save you a lot of time thinking about things, brainstorming, doing the research, and it's something that many content creators are using every single day. If you want to go deeper into other areas, check out my YouTube channel below. I have tons of videos with lots of free value where I want to teach you how to use AI for your work or for your business. And if you watch this and thought that you want someone to implement those systems for you, that's exactly what I do. So feel free to schedule a free discovery call with me. I just want to understand what your needs and how can I fulfill those for you. And if we figure out that we're a good fit for each other, I'm going to be more than happy to implement those systems for you into your business. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a great day. Bye-bye.